Let me explain something to you, Buster. You never take me alive. I've gone back with my old school hacks. I'm going to talk to you about a film that I saw that was pretty old school, but wasn't necessarily an old school film. What are you looking at, copper? You never take me alive, see? Kong, Skull Island. Roll the tape! I've got a lot of problems with you, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because you're not even old school. You've got no concept of what old school means. Old school means it's something that people liked a long time ago that is actually still very good today. By very good today, I still mean seminal albums. You go back to some of the Dr. Dre, some of that old Snoop Dogg, some of that old Tupac, Queen, Journey, Chuck Berry just died. Throw on some Chuck Berry. We don't need to start talking about Prince. So what I'm getting at is classic, old school. This is what King Kong, Skull Island was all about. It was an old school classic. It was a monster movie. It was a crazy movie. If you were looking for the film to actually begin with Kong, you got that straight away. Within the first 5 minutes before we see trailers, we see Kong. We see Kong in all his wonderful glory. He was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful monster. He was exciting. He was big. He was massive. This was a fantastic film. I actually enjoyed myself. I felt like I was 7 years old again, watching a film on Channel 5 and KTLA in Los Angeles. When growing up, I used to watch a lot of Godzilla movies. Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Mothra, Ghidorah. Ankylos was another favorite of mine. And the thing that I really liked about it the most, they did not shy away from showing the gorilla. Have I told you that we saw the gorilla? We saw the gorilla. We love the gorilla. Samuel Jackson delivered his normal standard fare. He was very angry. Tom Hiddleston, I'm not sure if you can play an action hero in the future, son, but you know what? You bulked out, you look good in a t-shirt, you look ready. Brie Larson, you were fantastic. The supporting cast were God. But John C. Reilly, my God, man, you've gone old school. You had me cracking up. The man shows up and absolutely destroys the film, brings the comedy elements. We laugh, we cry. Well, we don't cry. We think about crying. I didn't cry. Did you cry? I didn't cry at all. But I'll tell you what I did do. I was thrilled. I was amazed. I thought Kong Island was absolutely fantastic. While not the most exciting film that's ever been made, it was a very, very interesting movie. It was fantastic. The special effects were beyond compare. It was very enjoyable. It had a lot of throwbacks to the old classic tales. Of course, Kong has to pick up the girl in his hand. Look at her. Do this, whatever. Sniff. This was a Kong with a conscience. He doesn't just kill indiscriminately. He kills if you start something first. So, if you start something with Kong, you're going to get stomped on. You may not get eaten like the War of the Gargantuans and spat out with your clothes hitting the ground, but you will be stomped on. You will be smashed. You will be used. And this was a very intelligent Kong. I saw him grab a tree and clear off the branches and use it like a baseball bat or a cricket bat. He was absolutely outstanding. He absolutely did the old school. That is the Kong that I know and love. They didn't hide him away like Godzilla did with the film with Godzilla with Elizabeth Olsen, which I absolutely thought was okay, not bad, but we didn't see enough of Godzilla. It was very dark. All the special effects were hidden. While it looked fantastic, this was not some film where you had to wait until the last 25 minutes before you got your monster. This film delivers the monster in spades. Other monsters, giant spiders, giant other things, crazy monsters. My God, how many things can we talk about? What were they called? The skull crawlers? My goodness, this film delivered and did it deliver in a big way. If you're into monster movies, if you're into crazy action, if you're into these old school films where you have things blowing up and going boom, and monsters going ah, and people screaming ah, before they get stomped on, then this is your movie. Go see Kong Skull Island, an exciting thrill ride based off of an old school film that's been made over and over and over and over and over again. And if this is the beginning of a cinematic universe, if the next film in this is King Kong versus Godzilla, then by gum, I'm there. By gum, I'm there 100%, 115%, 125%. And I'll tell you why. They don't skimp on any of the silliness and stupidity of this film. They know what they're doing, and they are having a great time doing it. If you're going to see a monster film this year, and I don't know if there's any other monster films that are out there. Are there any other monster films? I'm not talking horror. I'm not talking about anything else where we have Idris Elba and makeup going, bruh. This is a film where we are going to see the monsters. If you want to see monsters, Kong, Skull Island. Does it deliver? Is it a 10? No. Is it a 9? No. Is it an 8? No. It's a strong 7.5 on the Devo scale. Thank you very much. I'm going to go away now. I need to go and lie down before my head explodes, my tongue burns up, and my eyeballs fall out of their socket. Thank you, good evening, and go see Kong, Skull Island. Ugh.